I think if the new secretary signals that there's a philosophical shift, like Rich just alluded to a moment ago, then I hope that'll percolate down to the boots on the ground at the local level, because that's the problem that we had under Secretary Schiraldi.
A Fox 45 News town hall with state's attorneys from around Maryland focused on juvenile justice and what they need from the new acting secretary of the Department of Juvenile Services. Good afternoon, everybody. Thank you so much for joining us. I'm Mary Bubala.
And I'm Kai Jackson. Fox 45's Mackenzie Frost hosted that event and joins us live from the newsroom. Mackenzie, there are a lot of ideas being floated about how to make improvements. What do you think is going to stick?
Yeah, that's the biggest question, right, Kai and Mary? From more programming to changes in policies, these top prosecutors are calling for several different things that they want to see from the acting new leader of the Department of Juvenile Services. But right now, Betsy Fox Tolentino is just the acting secretary. And between now and when her confirmation hearings begin, the state's attorneys say she needs to prove that she's going to be different than her predecessor. As the shine of the new chapter of the Department of Juvenile Services begins to wear off, reality starts to settle in. And that means people will be expecting change from the agency, often viewed as broken.
And I'm hoping, most importantly, there's a different philosophy.
These four top prosecutors sitting down with Fox 45 News for a town hall to talk about what they want to see out of Betsy Fox Tolentino, starting with the change in the detention decisions, removing DJS from that process in most cases.
And so what we're saying, if they change their policy that says if it's a violent crime, if it's a felony, or it's a handgun, every single case should go before the juvenile magistrate or the court. Allow a third party to make that decision. No different than the adult system.
It's purely a policy that can be decided from the executive, right? And so that's something they can do rather quickly. Summer's upon us. We're probably going to see, as is typical, some increase in juvenile crime. And so I think that it's something they should definitely consider.
I know it's only been just over a week, and we're, so far the public has yet to hear from her. How long should we wait before she addresses the people of Maryland?
I mean, she needs to get, I think you owe her, everyone's already said the problem is massive, but she's got to look at the whole picture. And so she is owed time.
In fairness, though, she's been there. Right. So it's...
She did work in the Department of Juvenile Services. Tolentino worked in DJS for a decade, working her way up to Deputy Secretary of Community Operations until leaving to manage juvenile justice initiatives at the nonprofit ROCA, which works to reduce violence among high-risk youth. Fox 45 News has requested interviews with the acting secretary since she was named. DJS has indicated one will be scheduled, but so far, that has yet to happen. We have also sent questions to her and her office asking, what's your vision for the department moving forward? Do you agree with the more lenient policies former Secretary Schiraldi implemented? What does accountability look like to you? How do you plan to address the severe morale and staffing challenges within the department? Will you be more transparent with the public? Those questions have not been answered, but a directional change is what the prosecutors say they will be looking for, and what they say what lawmakers should be as well when it comes time for Tolentino's confirmation hearing next legislative session.
Well, I mean, the session doesn't start for, 6 months or whatever it is. So if I were a senator on the Executive Nominations Committee, I would hope to have seen by then some of these policy changes that we've talked about here today, maybe regarding detention until a juvenile who's charged with a felony or a crime of violence appears in front of a judicial officer.
I'm hoping that she will agree that there's an urgency to addressing some of these issues.
Hopefully she can build confidence in the meantime with communication with partners. That's the proof's in the pudding, so to speak.
And if those changes haven't occurred, then I think there needs to be some pretty probative questions from the Executive Nominations Committee as to why they haven't happened.
The state's attorneys are not the only DJS partners who are looking to lawmakers to ask tough questions during Tolentino's confirmation process.
Oh, I think they went in the wrong direction.
In an interview for Fox 45 News In Depth, the sheriffs in Carroll and Harford counties looked to what happened during Tolentino's predecessor's confirmation process.
I've watched your reporting on this, and I've actually watched his Senate confirmation, Shirley's Senate confirmation. Not one of those senators was comfortable with confirming him. They all knew that he was a problem, that this was going to be a problem, but none of them had, to me, the courage to step up and say, I'm not confirming you, you're not the right person for this job.
Sheriff Jim DeWeese referring to hesitation on both sides of the political aisle before giving the green light to Governor Westmore's pick.
I'm supporting this nominee, but I do have words of caution for this department and for this nominee.
We're not really holding young people accountable the way we should.
Sheriff DeWeese says he wants lawmakers to put more checks in place for both themselves and DJS to ensure there's accountability all around.
Put legislation into effect to hold her accountable with real numbers, real actionable data that she can come back on a regular basis and report to them to see how the DJS system is doing.
These 4 top prosecutors and 2 law enforcement leaders from around Maryland say they are cautiously optimistic the Department of Juvenile Services is turning the page with a new leader at the helm.
I hope we're in for a better day ahead because our citizens deserve better.
Even when we do get that interview with the acting secretary, we'll be sure to ask questions about how she's going to be different than her predecessor, how she will hold young people accountable, and if she will be more transparent with the public. Live in the newsroom, Mackenzie Frost, Fox 45 News.
I'm Mary Bubala. Thank you for watching. Here's another video for you to watch. Also take some time to subscribe to our YouTube channel.